Waiting on our second round of showers and thunderstorms for the day, and it's really going to roll in tomorrow early in the morning. You can see the storms working their way closer and across the state line in some instances. Now you're looking at radar overlaid on top of instability being the fuel for showers and thunderstorms to develop. We've got this warm front draped across the coast trying to lift towards the north. That's where you see the higher or stronger instability regime down towards the coastal parishes. If it can lift towards the north enough in time for these storms to tap into that, we could see an increase in intensity with showers and storms, and that's kind of what the graph model is suggesting here with Futurecast. As you can see, we're rolling forward 6 hours, and so this kind of consolidates into a line of storms and really works into Metro Baton Rouge as we get towards 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So maybe a little bit trouble trying to get that deep sleep because of the thunder that's going to be present, and maybe some flashes of lightning as well, potential for even a little bit of hail on the roof. Now here's a snapshot of 4 different high resolution weather models, and you can see all of them indicating sometime between 4 and 7 o'clock for the arrival of those thunderstorms over the heart of our viewing area. Now it'll start a little bit earlier for areas to the west, a little bit later for areas to the east, but bottom line, before dawn, yeah, we're going to be dealing with showers and thunderstorms here locally. 1 or 2, maybe even a few more of that could be strong to severe. Damaging wind being our primary concern, followed by the threat of some nuisance type flooding. When we talk about nuisance type flooding, we're talking about low-lying, poorly drained areas, roadways being the primary concern. Now the timing of which that would be problematic is when a majority of us are going to be off the streets anyway, so it may not be too big of an issue for most people. Low end threat for maybe the possibility of a brief isolated tornado, and in terms of large hail, we're not too concerned about that. We could see some small hail though embedded with some of these showers and storms. So rainfall totals have come up with some of our short range guidance over the course of the last couple of model updates. Here's a look at all of our 4 models, and you can see they're all suggesting now over an inch of rainfall. If you were with me at 6 o'clock, a bunch of them were actually less than an inch of rainfall, so we're starting to see a peak maybe in rainfall projections, highlighting the fact that we could see some heavy downpours, which could cause some of that nuisance type street flooding. But again, the biggest threat for rain is going to be while it's pre-dawn, so before any of us get out and about for religious services on Sunday morning, if that's where you're headed. You'll notice that temperatures are actually going to be pretty comfortable for tomorrow. And once we see this line of storms move through, rain chances coming down and then stay pretty low for the rest of the day. Now, we're not going to be completely dry. We still could see a spotty to isolated shower as we make our way through the day on Sunday, but majority of us will be dry once we get through the guarantee of rain that will be occurring during those early morning hours. And then we're going to be tracking our next cold front. So we get rid of the first one tomorrow. We'll get the next one in here midweek. But you can see here with the snapshot of the European model, it doesn't look all that intense. So front arrives late Tuesday into early Wednesday. Limited moisture return should yield less storms and lighter rainfall amounts. And hey, there's some Arctic air behind this front. Take a look at how temperatures are going to be changing. So here's the second storm system that's going to be bringing that cold air out of Canada and the Arctic. And so yeah, that's actually going to make its way down here towards the southeast. So this will be a real first true taste of fall-like temperatures. And that's going to happen and to occur right in time for Halloween. Take a look at trick-or-treating times and temperatures. We're falling from the 60s into the 50s. So maybe have those ghosts and goblins with some sleeves or maybe a jacket tied in underneath their costumes for Halloween. So here's how the projection kind of takes place. Yeah, everyone's going to get wet at some point early tomorrow morning. Then most of us stay dry for the rest of the day. So we'll be able to salvage at least the second half of Sunday, but it's going to be soggy at best. We'll start the work and school week off dry and pretty comfortable. And then look at that temperature fall, about 10, 15, even 20 degrees cooler to end the week.